Hello, everybody. Can you all hear me? Let me see. Make sure I can hear myself in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live today, Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Let me see if I can get my. Yeah, I got it going. Happy Memorial Day. Today is Memorial Day. We have a very special show for you guys today in honor of Memorial Day for those that have. We're remembering the sacrifice of those that have served our country, and this is a day that we set aside just for that. So, with that being said, are we live? Is everybody up and running? Um, we have got a lot going on today. I literally put this whole show together this morning, all the graphics and all that stuff. So, if you don't know, my name is John McLaughlin. I am the founder and CEO of JAmemories right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we help clients succeed through creating live streaming platforms and things like that. We have been making transitions um, from from ATEM to OBS Studio, and we're implementing a lot of tools and tricks and tips. So we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and we are live on Twitch. So we're here to enjoy ourselves today. Hopefully you guys are there. I have to do some cleanup because, of course, everything decided to have a fun time this morning. So let me. Okay, need to go over here. What we got going on? We got calendar notification, YouTube notification, and all of that. What's on my calendar? Upcoming events. Yeah. Okay. So, with it being a holiday, there's a lot going on right now that is not normal. So we are jumping in. Let me do a. Let me see. I'm gonna do HT listener. Then I've got to come over to my listener. Like I said, I set all this stuff up earlier and some stuff decided to break. So I am having to fix a few little bugs right now. So we're going to send a test trigger. Yep, we got it. All right. So everything is working great. So if you're in the chat, go ahead and leave me a message in my chats for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and I will be glad to comment on your chat. Hopefully everybody is enjoying their time with their families, honoring those that have made the ultimate sacrifice here in the States. So, no. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is, let me see if I can get to, yeah, there we go. All right, close that. I want social, room of that. Okay. Okay, let me do this. All right, so yeah, I'm ready to go. So Sorry about that. I did have some music going on earlier. Let me see if I can get that going too. My computer that runs some of this stuff decided to wig out just as I went live on the streams, and I may need to reboot my network because my network might be slow. So let me know on the chat if you guys can hear, okay? Yeah. We are live, joining the conversation simply by leaving a comment in the chat, and we will see your message on our channel. Let's see if we can get some music going here. And we'll go from there. That way you're not just not hearing me drone on off. So let me listen to, see if that's okay. Yeah, I think that works. So we are live today for Memorial Day. So one of the things that we've been doing is creating themes and creating all the parts that go into a live stream based on, so previously, and I mentioned this before, we have been live. Let me check something. Yep. So we have been live before, and last year we literally went live from an A10 Mini. And we did that consistently. We would go live every day. No, not every day. Every week with a live show, which is why I'm live today. It's Memorial Day. Right now, my wife is sleeping and resting. My daughter is doing the same. So I figured, hey, instead of going late tonight, like I usually do, I do a special live stream. And I'm just hanging out, talking about live streams. Live streams are one of the more intriguing parts of what it takes to do a live show. And there are plenty of YouTubers online who teach and share and enjoy the part of just enjoying the sharing how to go live. One thing that we do is we don't always just show you what we do. We also provide you with my hair is not behaving today. We give you the tools to work out a live stream. And I've said it before, you can go live with an iPhone. You can go live with an Android phone, assuming that the live streams and the phones have a high enough bandwidth and the platform that you're streaming to allows a phone connection to be. YouTube doesn't necessarily allow every user to go live from their phones. Facebook does, Instagram does. In fact, that's one of the platforms, those are the platforms that are designed to go live from your cell phone. But when you want to multi-stream, when you want to create content, creating a platform, and then using OBS, I have been able to literally put this entire layout together for today's live stream. And And one of the nice things about OBS is you can have different themes. We are getting ready to launch. If you have not heard, we are getting ready to launch a brand new series called Amazon Shopping. It'll be Wednesdays starting in June. And literally, we're just doing just taking a bunch of products that we use in our studio, products that brands have reached out to me and say, hey, can you do videos on these, promote these products, and we're going to premiere them. We're going to talk about them and give you an opportunity to pick up your own. Because one thing about Amazon is the availability and the accessibility of getting these products to you at a fast, convenient time frame. And there's so much that we can even go into, and I'll discuss more on that first live show, which is June 4th, coming up fairly quickly. I think it's actually next week. Now, obviously, right now we're going through several pieces of networking, and I'm really taxing my network. So if you do notice any buffering on any of the platforms, let me know and I will do that. Now, one thing to remember about any live stream setup is the complexity is oftentimes left to you. You create how complex you want your tools to be in place. For me, I use three main pieces. I use NDI for my camera feed. That's what's feeding the PTZ Optics Move SE camera is through NDI. You can have a direct connection through HDMI. That's what's actually, I'm not using any embedded HDMI simply because that's not how I'm feeding anything in today. And then you have browser sources. Browser sources can be networked locally or web-based. So if you've got graphics that are being pushed out through the local network or through just a random assortment of devices, that's what feeds you your browser sources. Again, browser sources can be your cell phone. Using an app on your phone, you can literally feed your camera on your phone to OBS and get it there. We've done videos on that, and we'll do more on that later. But one of the nice things about what we do, and if anyone's on there talking about what you are looking to do, we try our best to make our live streams setups very easily. Because we do use so here's a side by side. So I've got my camera and then I've got my computer here. So I'm going to be looking at my computer. So this is our layout for OBS. We've got scenes and then we've got our sources for each scene. Obviously, if you cycle through your scenes, you can see what is coming up. I often use OBS in the broadcast studio mode. A lot of streamers like to just literally click on the source and that scene takes. I come from a broadcast background. I like it better when I'm able to control it. But one thing that we also use H2R graphics. So the graphics that you see here are being pushed through H2R graphics. So H2R Graphics is it is a browser source. It's living on my local network, and um, and the nice thing about if you have the pro version of H2R Graphics, and I can't speak enough about H2R Graphics. I'm actually going to do a whole video on H2R Graphics here soon. I'm still working on all the scripts for it. You literally have all these pieces of the puzzle. So when you have a rundown, you are able to create, when you have the pro version, multiple projects. So I was literally able to make a project just for today's show, where I would be able to load up the graphics. The one thing I wish H2R Graphics would create and allow is the integration of MOV. And I understand, I've already reached out to John Barker. He is looking into it. I talked to him last year about it. Not sure if he's still pursuing that, because having alpha channel MOVs really tweaks it so that I can make my lower thirds. So I literally made a lower third graphic with this bar here from Memorial Day animated. And it was all animated, similar to the background that's behind this super source here. However, you can't bring that in to the H2R Graphics. You can bring MP4s, GIFs, all this other stuff, but you can't bring the alpha key MOVs in. So I really wish that would be something that they could make out. So, but at the end of the day, it comes down to you're able to create a new, plenty of graphics. And H2R Graphics, literally, when you add your graphics, I need to, hold on, let me go back to here. I need to switch OBS over. I need to take off that for now. Okay, so now you can see the whole screen. So when I come over to H2R Graphics, you can see the whole thing. So you see this entire list of all the animated things that you come in. Now this is creating a animated, now this is going to be in front, so I want back. This is going to cover up my, that's not what I want. So you literally have to, so when you add a graphic, audio file, big timer clocks, celebrations. Now, one thing I will warn you about, and I figured this out early on, I had to reach out to John about this, is I'm running H2R Graphics off of one computer. I'm bringing it into OBS on another computer. So when I use the embedded big timer countdowns, or any of the countdowns, I was getting a conflict. And that was because the clocks on the two computers were not in sync. Sometimes they're off just by a few seconds, so it's not a big deal. Other times it's a big deal, and I was having major problems with it. So just be mindful of that. That's one thing that you have. He has celebrations, checklists, credits, icons with messages, all kinds. And I love this custom HTML. And I'll get into this, and John does a very good job of talking about custom HTML. If you can create a custom HTML graphic or lower third or whatever, a page, and you want to bring that into HTML, into H2R Graphics, you can do that. Lower Third Animated. That is an animated from them. Map. I love the map, and I don't have the map set up for today, but on my Tech Talk show, we do have the map integrated. And the nice thing about having the Pro version is you literally can put the map on the second output and have that overlay and bring in separately so you can show it side by side with everything else. It makes it really good, and we'll show that Tech Talk as well. And all these other, I mean, I haven't even gotten into all these others. Videos, web pages, test patterns. I mean, who doesn't like test patterns in the broadcast world? When you're setting up equipment, you want to send test patterns to verify your signals. And then, of course, all kinds of things. He has some great tools. A lot, and having these custom layouts, having web pages, having ability to create custom designs and then bring them in. Now, how am I doing it? And that's one way that you do it is you literally have this media tab. You bring all your media, you build your graphics. I use Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Premiere to create graphics. Most of the time, Photoshop because they're just stills. But I build the entire background, I build the entire graphic, export that as a PNG, and then I upload it to H2R Graphics. And then when I go to my rundown, I add an image, and then that image, I have the choice. I have a list of all my graphics that are brought into, and the same thing with video. If you bring a video in, down here he has video, somewhere down here it's a video. There we go, video. Video, choose video. I don't have any videos brought in, so I can't bring it in. But when you go to your media, you'll notice that it supports PNG. I don't know if you can see these. JPEG, GIF, SV, WP, MP4, WebM, MP3, or so you literally have the ability to create images, and obviously I like PNG because they're transparent. JPEGs are not transparent backgrounds, so and that's just a nice thing that goes into H2R Graphics. Now the social media stuff, this is where all my chat comes into play. I actually have an iPad sitting right here with the social tab open, so I can see as the chat comes in that's being popped up. Now chat's not active right now, so maybe somebody on YouTube, Facebook, or H2R Graphics will be willing to come in and leave a comment. And when that happens, I can just click it on my tablet and bring it up on my live streams. And hopefully everything will be smooth and you'll be able to see it. And as you see on the page, it literally lit up the message and popped it up on the screen. Now, that's one of the benefits of having an integrated system all talking together. Some of this you can use with the ATEM, but one reason, so I talked about flexibility of live streaming to multiple platforms, but another main reason that I wanted to move from the ATEM over to the OBS setup is because of the fact that I want to start live streaming for other clients. And obviously, if I'm heavily invested in my setup, is heavily invested into the ATEM, in order for me to actually do that, I have to have a whole nother setup, or tear my setup down, go do the live stream, and then set it all back up. I've done that several times, and believe me, it's not easy. So, with that being said, I'm looking for a way to take the ATEM out of my live stream setup, set up a completely OBS studio so that I can do my live streams and focus on my live streams here, and then set up a secondary setup with new cameras, use the existing ATEM, and maybe use because my H2R graphics is tied to a little tablet, I would still be able to use that, but have it so that I'm not having to tear down a whole bunch of stuff to create the graphic overlays. The nice thing about H2R graphic is it lives on a laptop. And in the OBS world, it's literally just pulling the URL. And I'm bringing that in for the graphics. In the ATEM world, I'm pulling the HDMI out of the laptop, and that's what's feeding the transparency background to OBS, to the ATEM, so that I can use the graphics that way. So both ways work. It's just what's convenient for the setup. So because it's a laptop, it's convenient to be able to take it and take that one piece. And I don't have to worry about, because no matter where that laptop is, as long as it's in my network, it has the same IP address and it's working with OBS. If it's outsourced, it's running directly from the HDMI into the ATEM, and I've got my graphics there. So I could take it on the road. As far as cameras go, I've got a Sony ZV-1F here that could be used for a standalone in-studio kind of setup. I'm looking at purchasing a couple of the Blackmagic broadcast studio cameras so that I could use those as studio cameras for the live broadcasts of other places. And if the church already has, church, individual, whatever, has a camera set up but don't have the pieces for a live stream, I could literally come in with an ATEM, plug their cameras in or whatever they're using, and upload a live stream straight for them. Also includes customized graphics and things like that. And being able to customize graphics on the fly is one of the features of H2R graphics that I don't personally use right now, but I have in the past. And having these tools, and that's one reason why I live stream all the time. That's one reason why, whether I have 15 people live streaming on the social platforms or if I'm just talking to myself, that's one reason why I go live all the time. Is one, practice. Two, just to understand the tools and the tricks and things like that. We are going to start on this show, Tech Talk. We are going to be starting to do reviews of products and actually do demos of H2R graphics, of OBS, of the other things that come into. So, obviously it's not always the easiest thing to get followers, but we're just gonna keep going, keep grinding through, and still make things work. So obviously, I want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day, and for those that have served, Thank you for your service. These are, yes, Memorial Days for those that have gone on and made the ultimate sacrifice, but it also is a time when we remember all of our servicemen and women, whether they passed in battle or if they passed since they came home. Um, Memorial Day is very special. I remember growing up, and every Memorial Day we would walk down to the local fire department, and they had a memorial park there, and we would all get little poppies, and we would all be around, and we would have a wreath out there for the members of service members who have passed, gone on, and to make that ultimate sacrifice is tremendous, because we live in a country that is free, not because of anything that we have done, but because of the men and women who have made that sacrifice. So it is an honor to be able to live in America and to have the freedoms that we have. Because as I've seen across the internet and across the world, freedom is not free. It does come at a cost. And that cost is the lives that make it free. The men and women who put on this uniform, who make that choice every day to get up and go into the military, whether that be Marines, Navy, Air Force, Army, and the other branch out there, National Guard, and I think I'm missing one, but that sacrifice, and then on top of that, to make the ultimate sacrifice with their lives, that's where we are. We live in a country that is cherished. At least for me, it is. So thank you to everybody who's made that ultimate sacrifice. And so we're going to wrap it up. It's going to be a little bit short today, but I think we've been going for about half an hour. But I just want to be respectful of your time. I know some people are watching after the fact. If you are watching after the fact, feel free to follow. We go live every Monday, and starting next week, we'll be going live Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays will be Tech Talk. Wednesdays will be the Amazon shopping. And I look forward to the shopping. I've been working on another layout for the live shopping. Feel free to share your comments. If you're on Twitch, follow us. Hit that follow button. Join in the family, and we will be live there as well. YouTube, and again, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. And you'll be notified when we go live. I am working on some videos for YouTube, so to get more content out there, and then as well as the live streams on Twitch and Facebook as well, Facebook groups, and you can always message us. I'll always go to the website and have fun there. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. We will catch you guys later, and we will talk to you guys another time. So God bless you, and thanks for hanging out.
Dogma synonym